My SIL tried to replace me and steal my wife. Him fantasy shattered the second my dad revealed something he never expected. My brother-in-law tried to replace me and steal my wife. His fantasy shattered the second my dad revealed something he never expected. My sister Kayla had been dating this guy Ryan for about 3 months when he came to his first family dinner at our parents' house. Everything seemed normal at first. He brought flowers for my mom and complimented my dad's cooking. Then when introductions came around to my wife Dana and me, he shook my hand and said, "So nice to meet Dana's current husband. I'm Ryan, her future." I thought I misheard him. Dana laughed awkwardly, thinking it was some weird joke. But Ryan kept going, looking directly at Dana. "Kayla's told me so much about you. I can see why she says we're perfect for each other." Kayla looked bewildered and said she'd never said that, but Ryan just smiled and touched Dana's arm. Women never remember important conversations. Throughout dinner, he kept reaching clear across the table to serve Dana food first, narrating it. "Dana needs protein. She works so hard." He'd never met her before that night. He knew nothing about her, but he acted like he'd been studying her for years. Every story anyone told, he redirected to Dana. My dad mentioned retirement, and Ryan asked Dana about her plans because he needed to know for their future. When I tried to talk to my own wife, he'd talk over me. Dana and I were just discussing that earlier, which was impossible because they'd met an hour ago. The next few weeks were insane. He joined Dana's gym and happened to be there whenever she worked out. He found her coffee shop and accidentally ran into her every morning. He learned her lunch spot and started eating there alone, always with a clear sightline to her table. He never once tried to bond with me or my parents. There was only ever one target. He got her number from Kayla's phone and started texting constantly. Good morning messages before I even woke up. Reminders to eat and stay hydrated. When Dana blocked him, he got new numbers. He had at least 6 that we know of. The same voice wearing 6 different masks. Then he flipped it. Ryan told Kayla that Dana was texting him first, that Dana was pursuing him, that he was just trying to stay loyal. He'd cry and say he didn't want to break up the family, but Dana was making it impossible. He actually convinced my sister to confront my wife about harassment. Kayla believed him, because why would her boyfriend of 3 months make something so crazy up? Dana finally pulled out her phone and showed her every blocked number, one by one, and I still don't think Kayla fully let herself believe it. The real explosion happened at my mom's birthday party. Ryan insisted on coming, saying family was important and he wanted to show there were no hard feelings. He arrived in a suit identical to the one I wore at my wedding. Same fabric, same lapel, same tie. He'd styled his hair exactly like mine in the photos. He'd even hunted down matching cufflinks. He walked in looking like he was trying to be me from my wedding day. He'd brought a cake and insisted on presenting it himself, so when everyone gathered to sing, he'd put himself at the center of the moment. And he stood next to Dana instead of Kayla, so close their arms nearly touched, beaming like the two of them were the couple everyone had come to celebrate. As my mom blew out the candles, Ryan announced, "I need everyone's attention for something important." He pulled a folder from his bag. "I've been patient and respectful, but it's time to make this official. Dana and I are in love, and I have proof." He started pulling out printed screenshots of texts that never existed, fabricated conversations where my wife supposedly professed her love, with dates and times that lined up with when Dana was actually at work with me, even on vacation. He read them aloud with this awful tenderness. "Ryan, I can't stop thinking about you. Ryan, you're who I should have married. Ryan, let's run away together." Everyone was staring in complete shock. Then he pulled out his masterpiece, a fake pregnancy test, and announced Dana was carrying his baby, that they'd been together 2 months, and he couldn't hide it anymore. He held it over his head like a trophy, and looked right at my wife, waiting for her to confirm the beautiful truth he'd invented, waiting for applause. That's when my dad, who'd been silent this whole time, started laughing, not a chuckle. Full belly laughs that echoed through the dining room while Ryan stood frozen with that fake test still in his hand. And what my father said next, what he pulled out of his jacket pocket, shattered Ryan's entire fantasy in front of the whole family. Click here to watch part 2 of the story.